My mother's 65th birthday party went dark. Not just the lights, everything. The music stopped mid-song. The laughter cut off. 70 people stood in total blackness. But here's the thing. I was the one who flipped the switch, and I was 200 miles away when I did it. Before we continue, please drop a comment if you've ever experienced something like this. We'd love to hear your story, and subscribe to the channel to help us grow. Let me take you back to where this whole mess started. My name is Malcolm Reed. I'm 42 years old, and for most of my life I was invisible to my family. Not because I was a bad son, not because I failed at anything, no. I was invisible because I didn't fit their picture of success. See, my father Vernon always had this idea of what a successful black man should look like. Suit and tie. Corner office. Country club membership. He ran a small insurance agency in Atlanta. Nothing fancy, but he acted like he owned half the city. My mother Dorothy went along with whatever he said. Always had. Always would. Then there was my sister Vanessa, 4 years younger than me. Golden child from day one. Everything she touched turned to gold in their eyes. She could do no wrong. Me? I could do no right. I went to Georgia Tech, studied computer science. My father hated it. Playing with computers, he called it. That's not a real career for a black man. You need something respectable, something people can see. I tried to explain, tried to show him the future I saw coming. But Vernon Reed didn't listen to anyone, especially not his disappointment of a son. After college, I started a tech company with my boy, Andre Williams. We met freshman year, became brothers, closer than blood. We had this idea for software that would change how businesses managed their data. Sounds boring, I know, but we saw something nobody else did. Those first 5 years were rough, real rough. We worked out of Andre's garage, ate ramen most nights, slept 3 hours if we were lucky. But we believed in what we were building. My family didn't believe in anything except appearances. Vanessa went to Spelman College. My parents threw her a party that cost more than my yearly salary at the time. She studied business, joined a sorority, posted pictures of herself at fancy events. My father showed those pictures to everyone he knew. Me? I was the son he didn't mention, the one who wasted his education on computers. But here's what they didn't know, what I never told them. After year 3, when our company finally got funding, I started helping them with money. Not big amounts at first, just their utility bills, electric, water, gas, internet. I set it up automatic, pulled straight from my account every month. They never asked why their bills got paid on time, never wondered why they never saw late notices anymore. They just assumed Vernon's business was doing better than it was. Year 5, our company took off. I mean, really took off. We landed 3 major contracts, Fortune 500 companies, the kind of clients that change everything. Suddenly, Andre and I weren't garage entrepreneurs anymore. We were tech executives, co-founders of Reed Williams Solutions. Did I tell my family? Yeah, I mentioned it at Sunday dinner. My father nodded. Didn't ask a single question. Changed the subject to Vanessa's new boyfriend, some guy she met at a business conference. That boyfriend was Xavier Mitchell, tall brother, well-dressed, worked in corporate strategy for a major tech firm. Vernon loved him immediately. Now that's a successful man, he said, right in front of me. Someone who's going somewhere. I bit my tongue, kept paying their bills, kept showing up to family dinners where I was treated like furniture. But I wasn't bitter. Not really. I had Andre. I had our team at the company. I had friends who valued me. I built my own family, the one that actually mattered. Then came the phone call that changed everything. 3 weeks before my mother's birthday, My phone rang. It was Vernon. He never called me. Only my mother called. So I knew something was up. "Malcolm, we need to talk about your mother's party." "Okay. What time should I be there?" Silence. Long enough that I checked if the call dropped. "Actually, son, we think it's best if you sit this one out." My stomach dropped. "Excuse me." "Vanessa's bringing Xavier. It's getting serious between them. We're going to have his parents there. Some of his colleagues, important people." And well, he trailed off. "And well what, Dad?" "You know how you are, Malcolm. With your casual clothes, your computer talk. We just don't want Xavier's family getting the wrong impression about us." The words hit me like a fist. The wrong impression. It's not personal. It's just that Vanessa's future is on the line here. This could be the one. We need to present our family in the best light. You understand? I understood perfectly. I wasn't good enough to be seen. My own mother's 65th birthday party, and I wasn't good enough to attend. "Does Mom know about this?" I asked. "It was her idea, actually. She agrees you might make things awkward. But she loves you, Malcolm. You know that." I hung up. Didn't say goodbye. Just ended the call. For 2 days, I didn't do anything. Just sat with it. Let it sink in. My parents were ashamed of me. So ashamed they'd rather I not exist for one evening. So Vanessa could shine brighter. So she could land her man without her embarrassing brother in the way. On day 3, I logged into my bank account, looked at the automatic payments, every single one going to 2847 Piedmont Avenue, my parents' house, the house they almost lost 4 years ago before I started paying the bills, $733 a month. For 6 years, that's $52,776, plus interest I could have earned. I wasn't mad about the money. I was mad about the disrespect. Andre found me in my office, staring at the screen. "What's wrong, brother?" I told him everything. The uninvitation, the reason, all of it. He sat down, shook his head. "Malcolm, you've been carrying them for years. They don't even know it, do they?" "No." "What are you going to do?" I looked at that automatic payment screen. Looked at the next payment scheduled for the day before my mother's party. "I'm going to let them stand on their own 2 feet. You sure about this? I've never been more sure about anything in my life." I cancelled every automatic payment. Electric, water, gas, internet, cable, all of it. 6 years of silent support. Done. With 3 clicks. The party was on a Saturday. The payments would have gone through on Friday. Without them, the utilities would cut off. Power company didn't play games. You missed one payment after 6 years of perfect history? They'd give you maybe a week. But my parents had already been running on my payments. The actual bills were probably months behind. I did the math. The power would go out right around party time. That Saturday evening, I was in my downtown loft, 200 miles from Atlanta. I poured myself a drink, sat on my balcony, checked my phone. 7:15 p.m. The party started at 7. 7:23 p.m. My phone rang. Unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. 7:28 point. Another call. This time from Vanessa. Voicemail again. 7:31 pun my father. Voicemail. 7:35 polls. Text messages started flooding in. Vanessa. "Malcolm, the power went out. Call me now." Vernon. "Son, we have an emergency, please call." Dorothy. "Baby, please help, the lights went out at the party." I turned my phone face down. Took another sip of my drink. Somewhere in Atlanta, 70 people were standing in the dark, including Xavier Mitchell, including his parents, including everyone my family wanted to impress, and I felt absolutely nothing. But what I didn't know, what I couldn't have predicted, was that the real earthquake was still coming. Because 3 days later, my phone would ring again. And this time, I'd answer. And everything I thought I knew about my family's shame would get turned completely upside down. That call would change everything. I ignored 47 calls over 3 days, 47 times my family needed me. And 47 times I watched my phone light up and did nothing, because for 6 years I'd been there. And the one time they needed to see me, I wasn't good enough to show. Let me tell you what happened after that party went dark. Sunday morning, I finally listened to the voicemails. My mother's voice came through first, shaky, embarrassed. "Baby, I don't know what happened. The lights just went out. In front of everyone. Xavier's parents left early. Please call me back." Then Vanessa, angry, sharp. "Malcolm, I don't know what you did, but this is low, even for you." Xavier barely said 2 words to me after the power cut. His mother kept making comments about keeping up appearances. "Call me back so I can tell you exactly what I think of you." Wait, she thought I did something? I almost laughed. She had no idea how right she was. But my father's message hit different. "Son, we need money. The power company says we're months behind. I don't understand it. Call me back immediately. This is serious." I deleted all 47 messages, went to the gym, worked out for 2 hours, came home and meal prepped for the week, living my life, free. Monday, I went to work, had 3 meetings, closed a deal worth $2 million. Andre took me out for lunch to celebrate. "You seem lighter," he said, "like a weight came off." "Yeah," I said. "I finally stopped carrying people who don't want to be carried." That night, my phone rang again. This time I answered, not because I forgave them, but because I wanted them to hear my voice when I said no. "Malcolm, finally!" My mother's voice cracked. "Baby, we need your help. The power's still out. The water got shut off this morning. Your father's been on the phone all day with the utility companies. They're saying we owe thousands. How did this happen?" "I don't know, Ma." "How did it happen?" Silence. Then my father's voice. He'd grabbed the phone. "Don't play games, Malcolm. We need $5,000. Today. To get everything turned back on. That's a lot of money, Dad. We're family. Family helps family." The words burned. Family helps family. I'd been helping for 6 years, silently, without credit, without thanks, and the moment they needed to acknowledge me, I was too embarrassing to be seen. "You're right," I said. "Family does help family. So where was my family when I needed them?" "What are you talking about? You've never needed anything from us. I needed you to be proud of me. I needed you to respect what I built. I needed to be good enough to attend my own mother's birthday party." Vernon's voice went hard. "So this is revenge? You're punishing your mother because your feelings got hurt?" "I'm not punishing anyone. I'm just not helping anymore. There's a difference." "Malcolm Reed, you listen to me." I hung up, blocked their numbers, all 3 of them. Tuesday, they tried email. Vanessa wrote a long message about family obligations and forgiveness. I deleted it without reading past the first line. Wednesday, I thought it was over. I thought they'd figure it out on their own. Find a way to pay their bills. Maybe Vernon would sell that car he loved so much, the one he bought to impress his golf buddies. But that wasn't even the worst part. Wednesday evening, Andre called me. "Malcolm, you need to come to the office. Right now." "What's wrong?" "Just come. You need to see this." I drove to our building, took the elevator to the 20th floor. Andre met me in the lobby. His face was strange, like he was trying not to smile. "What's going on?" I asked. "Conference room. Now." He led me down the hall, opened the door to our main conference room. Inside, our whole executive team sat around the table. And on the big screen, a Zoom call was pulled up. "What is this?" I asked. Andre grinned. "Just watch." He clicked a button. The Zoom call connected, and suddenly I was looking at my sister's living room. Vanessa sat on her couch. Xavier sat next to her, and my parents sat in chairs across from them, all four of them staring at a laptop screen. "What?" I started. Andre held up his hand. "They think they're on a call with a family therapist. Vanessa found one online, said they needed professional help to deal with your behavior. The therapist asked them to have everyone on the call, including you, but they said you wouldn't answer. So the therapist," he made air quotes, "said she'd set up a secondary observation room so you could listen in without them knowing." "Andre, what did you do?" "I didn't do anything. Your sister's assistant is my cousin. She called me when she heard Vanessa talking about you, asked if I wanted to listen in. I figured you deserved to hear what they really think about you." Before I could respond, Vanessa's voice came through the speakers. "So as I was saying, my brother has always been jealous of me, ever since we were kids. And now he's sabotaging my relationship because he can't stand to see me happy." My jaw tightened. The therapist spoke. A voice I didn't recognize. "And Malcolm, you said he works with computers. What exactly does he do?" Vernon jumped in. "He's got some little tech startup. Nothing serious. He's been playing around with it for years. Never amounted to much." Andre squeezed my shoulder. "Keep watching." Xavier shifted on the couch. He looked uncomfortable. "Actually, Mr. Reed, I've been meaning to ask, what's the name of Malcolm's company?" "Oh, I don't know. Some computer thing. Read something." "Reed Williams Solutions." The room went quiet. "On screen and in our conference room." Vernon frowned. "Yeah, that sounds right. You heard of it?" Xavier's face went pale. Actually pale. "Sir, I work for Reed Williams Solutions. I'm a senior strategist in the corporate division." Time stopped. Vanessa laughed, nervous. "That's impossible. Malcolm doesn't have a real company. He just—" "Ma'am, Reed Williams Solutions is a $700 million company. We have offices in 12 cities. We employ over 3,000 people." Xavier turned to look at her. "Really, look at her. Your brother is Malcolm Reed, the co-founder." Dorothy's hand went to her mouth. Vernon sat frozen. Vanessa's face cycled through confusion, shock, and then something that looked like horror. "Wait," Xavier continued. His voice changed, got colder. "You uninvited your brother from your mother's birthday party? Malcolm Reed? The man who built one of the most successful black-owned tech companies in the country." "We didn't know," Vernon started. "You didn't know? He's your son. How do you not know what your own son does?" Xavier stood up. "Do you have any idea how many people would kill for a chance to meet him, to learn from him, and you treated him like he was an embarrassment?" Vanessa reached for his hand. "Baby, let me explain." He pulled away. Don't baby me. I told you about my family, about how my parents raised me to respect black excellence, to honor the people in our community who build something from nothing. Your brother did that. And you?" He looked at all of them. "You threw him away like trash." "Xavier, please," Vanessa's voice cracked. "I'm done," he said. "We're done. I can't be with someone who treats family like this, who's so caught up in appearances that they can't see real success when it's sitting at their dinner table." He walked off screen. A door slammed. Vanessa burst into tears. "Malcolm did this. He planned this. He made Xavier find out somehow. But I hadn't. I'd done nothing. The truth just had a way of coming out. Eventually. Always." The screen went dark. Andre turned to me. "Well?" I couldn't speak, couldn't process what I'd just seen. My phone buzzed, a call from an unknown number. I answered without thinking. Malcolm? Vanessa's voice, broken, raw. Malcolm, please. Xavier just left. He broke up with me. Everything's falling apart. We need to talk, as a family. Please. There's nothing to talk about, I said. Please, just come to Atlanta. Let us explain. We'll make it right. You can't make this right, Vanessa. We're still family. No, I said. You're just people I used to know. I hung up, turned off my phone, went home. For 2 days, silence. Beautiful, peaceful silence. Then Friday afternoon, someone knocked on my door. 3 loud bangs, aggressive, demanding. I looked through the peephole. All 3 of them stood in my hallway. Vernon, Dorothy, Vanessa. Suitcases at their feet, faces hard with desperation. And I knew, before I even opened the door. They weren't here to apologize. They were here to take. They showed up at my door with suitcases, not overnight bags, full-size suitcases, like they planned to move in. And the look on my father's face told me everything I needed to know. This wasn't a visit. This was a shakedown. I opened the door halfway. Didn't invite them in. What do you want? Vernon pushed past me, just walked right into my home like he owned it. Dorothy and Vanessa followed. They stood in my living room looking around, taking in the high ceilings, the floor-to-ceiling windows, the view of the city skyline. Nice place, Vernon said. Not a compliment, an accusation. Must have cost a fortune. What do you want? I asked again. Dorothy stepped forward. Her eyes were red. She'd been crying. Baby, we need to talk, as a family. We're not family. You made that clear at Ma's birthday party. That was a mistake, she said. We didn't know. We didn't understand what you'd built. You didn't care to know. There's a difference. Vanessa dropped her suitcase. It hit the hardwood floor with a thud. Are we really going to do this? The whole pride thing? Because I just lost the man I was going to marry because of you. Because of me? I didn't tell you to treat me like garbage. I didn't tell you to value appearances over family. You did that all by yourself. You sabotaged my relationship. I didn't do anything. The truth sabotaged your relationship. There's a difference. Vernon held up his hand. Everyone calm down. Malcolm, we came here to talk about solutions, not to fight. Solutions to what? He sat down on my couch, made himself comfortable. Son, we're in trouble. Real trouble. My business is failing. Has been for 3 years. We're behind on everything. The house is in foreclosure. We owe over $200,000 between the mortgage, credit cards, and business loans. I felt nothing, just watched him talk. We need help, he continued. Your help. You're making millions. We're your family. We need you to give us a monthly allowance. $20,000 a month should cover everything. Get us back on our feet. The number hit me like a slap. $20,000 a month. It's nothing to you, Vanessa said. You're rich. We're drowning. Just help us. And why would I do that? Dorothy moved closer, put her hand on my arm. Because we're family, baby. Because we raised you, fed you, clothed you, put you through college. You owe us. There it was, the truth. They didn't want forgiveness. They wanted money. They'd driven 200 miles to shake down the son they were too embarrassed to invite to a birthday party. Get out, I said. Malcolm, Vernon started. Get out of my house. Now! You ungrateful! Vanessa's voice rose. We gave you everything, and this is how you repay us? You gave me nothing. Nothing but shame and disappointment. I built everything I have by myself. With Andre. With people who actually believed in me. Vernon stood up. His face went hard. You think you're better than us? You think because you got lucky with some computer program that you're superior? I don't think I'm better. I know I deserve better. There's a difference. We're not leaving without that money, he said. Then I'm calling the police. Dorothy gasped. You'd have your own parents arrested? You're not my parents. Parents are proud of their children. Parents show up. Parents don't uninvite their son from birthday parties because he's an embarrassment. But what I said next, I didn't plan. It just came out. Years of hurt. Years of being invisible. All of it rising up at once. I paid your bills for 6 years. Every utility bill. Every single month. $52,000. And you never once asked where the money came from. You never once said thank you. You just took and took and took. And the one time I needed you to see me, to value me, you told me I wasn't good enough to be seen. The room went silent. Dorothy's mouth opened. You paid our bills? For 6 years, while you told everyone your business was thriving, while you bragged about Vanessa's achievements, while you acted like I didn't exist. I kept your lights on. I kept your water running. And you repaid me by throwing me away. Vanessa's face crumpled. Malcolm, we didn't know. You didn't care to know. And that's worse. Vernon's face changed. Something shifted behind his eyes. 6 years? You've been paying our bills for 6 years. Until 3 weeks ago, when you uninvited me. That's when I stopped. So you did sabotage the party. His voice went cold. You cut off our power on purpose. I stopped paying for people who don't respect me. That's not sabotage. That's self-respect. He moved toward me, fast. Andre had warned me this might happen, that desperation makes people dangerous. I stepped back, pulled out my phone. Don't come closer, I said, but Vernon didn't stop. You owe us that money. 6 years of payments, that was our money. You can't just take it back. It was never your money. It was my gift, and I'm done giving. We'll sue you, Vanessa said. We'll take you to court. You admitted you paid our bills. That's an established pattern. You can't just stop. I almost laughed. Sue me. Please, let's go to court. Let's have a judge hear about how you uninvited your son from a birthday party because he was an embarrassment. Let's have them hear about how you demanded $20,000 a month. Please, make this public. Vernon's fist clenched. For a second, I thought he might actually swing, but Dorothy grabbed his arm. Vernon, stop, just stop. She turned to me, tears running down her face. What do you want from us? What do we have to do to make this right? And there it was, the question I'd been waiting for, the moment where I could make them understand. There's nothing you can do, I said, because this isn't about money. This is about respect. This is about value. This is about seeing your own child for who he really is. And you can't give me that, because you never had it to give. So that's it, Vanessa asked. You're just going to cut us off? Forever? No, you cut me off. Years ago. You just didn't realize it because I kept showing up. But I'm done showing up for people who don't want me there. Vernon's phone buzzed. He looked at it. His face went white. What? Dorothy asked. It's the bank. They're foreclosing on the house. We have 30 days. Vanessa grabbed the phone, read the message, started crying. This is your fault. All of this is your fault. But I felt nothing. No guilt, no sadness, no anger. Just relief. Like a weight I'd been carrying for 42 years, finally lifted off my shoulders. You need to leave now, I said. Malcolm, please. Dorothy reached for me. Don't touch me, and don't come back. Ever. You're not welcome in my life. Not until you understand what you did. And I don't think you ever will. They left, dragging their suitcases behind them. Vernon didn't look back. Vanessa cried the whole way to the elevator. Dorothy turned at the door. opened her mouth like she wanted to say something, but nothing came out. She just left. I closed the door, locked it. Stood there for a long minute. Then my phone rang. Andre. "Hey, brother," he said. "How you doing?" "I'm good. I'm actually good." "They gone?" "Yeah, for good this time." "Good. Listen, we got dinner tonight. The whole team. You coming?" I looked around my empty apartment, thought about my family. My real family. The one I chose. The one that chose me back. "Yeah," I said. "I'm coming." That night, I sat around a table with Andre and 12 other people. People who knew my worth. People who celebrated my success instead of resenting it. People who showed up. We laughed. We toasted. We planned our next big move. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I was exactly where I belonged. 3 months later, I heard through mutual friends that Vernon's business closed. They lost the house, moved into a small apartment. Vanessa moved back in with them. She couldn't afford her own place after Xavier left. They tried to reach out a few times. Emails, letters, even showed up at my office once. Security escorted them out. But here's the thing, nobody tells you about cutting off toxic family. You think you'll feel guilty. You think you'll regret it. You think blood will pull you back. It doesn't, because blood doesn't make you family. Love makes you family. Respect makes you family. Showing up makes you family. And my family was waiting at home, not in Atlanta, but right here, in the city I built, with the people I chose. Last week, Reed Williams Solutions hit $1 billion in valuation. We celebrated at the office. Champagne, speeches, awards. Andre pulled me aside. "You know what the best part is?" "What?" "You did this without them. You proved everyone wrong, and you didn't need their validation to do it." He was right. I didn't need their validation. I never did. I just needed my own. That night, I sat on my balcony, looked out at the city lights, thought about my mother's birthday party, the blackout, the phone calls, all of it. And I smiled, because sometimes the best revenge isn't hurting the people who hurt you. Sometimes it's just living well, building something beautiful, and knowing they'll never be part of it. Not because you're cruel, but because you finally learned your worth, and you refused to accept anything less. They taught me I wasn't good enough. I taught myself they were wrong. And that made all the difference. Thanks for listening to this story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories like this. Where are you watching from? Drop your city in the comments.